Whew. Hey girls. Something's burning. Smells some firewood. Sometimes I get a little bit of like nervous energy when I do these workouts. So let me catch you guys up to speed. Today is Saturday, as you can see on the screen, January 16th, 2021. Catch up to speed. I'm walking right now past the LA County Sheriff's Academy. They call it Star Center. You go another block past that and you are at Liberty Park Recreational Center, which is where I do my workouts. That's where we're headed. So far, I've done some strength training already. Some dips, powerful dips, really good. For those of you who want to get stronger in your upper body, shoulders, chest, biceps, and triceps, two staple exercises for sure, without a doubt, that I recommend are push-ups and dips. These are upper body strength developing exercises. They take your fitness to a higher level, whatever your fitness is at. I don't care if you lift weights. I don't care if you do machines in the gym. If you add push-ups and dips to your strength training regimen, it will take you up to another level. If you don't do any strength training at all, and then you start doing push-ups and dips, it will take you to another level. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the world famous bodybuilder and actor and California governor, we all know that he got his start in this, life of fame that he's lived through being a champion bodybuilder. And I followed his career. I'm a big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger as far as his acting, especially his bodybuilding, which is where I first got to know him as a bodybuilder by reading about him in the magazines when I was a kid. He became Mr. Universe, Mr. Olympia, which is the highest bodybuilding honor currently. It always has been since its inception. There's no bodybuilding title in the world more respected and more coveted than Mr. Olympia. Arnold has 7 of those. He was the first to get that many. He wasn't the first Mr. Olympia champion, but he was the first to gain so many. He held that record for a long time. And the reason I'm saying that, see here, look here, let me give you guys the little LA County Sheriff's Department. It's the Academy. A little background on some of the stuff he believed in. It was all in the mind. It started with his belief, which is what we talk about here on the channel all the time. Mind, body, spirit connection. Your thoughts will manifest into things in your body. I just watched something recently where this scientific experiment took place where, and this is real stuff, not hocus pocus or weird stuff. It just goes to show you how powerful our thoughts are. These kids were focused on being grateful for things in their lives. These young kids, I don't know how old they were, but they looked like they were probably about 12 years old. They're pretty young. Their parents stood by while the doctor, the scientist, the PhD guy, whatever he was, said, we're gonna form crystals in this glass of water that are non-existent. And he was proving that there was just nothing in there but water by pouring it from the spigot or whatever. It was just water, glass of water. He goes, but because of our gratitude, it forms things because of the way our thoughts connect. And it ended up making a crystal in the shape of the circle of kids so that you could see a little link from every kid's thought, the number of kids. The point being is, you think it, you can achieve it. Whatever you believe is what you'll do. The way you visualize yourself is the way you're gonna be. Why do I say that? Because it's more important for you to develop an idea of who you are and what you want to be and what you want to do in life and what you think about yourself and what you see, how you see yourself. It's more important for you to focus on how your viewpoint of yourself is versus anybody else on this planet. Like, if somebody's giving you praise and pumping you up, that's cool, whatever. But like, famous people, they know that fame is fickle. Like, one day they're cheering you on, the next day they hate you. So if you're a football player and you win the big game, people are all over you. The next time you lose the game and throw an interception, people talk about you like a dog. So you can't let people's opinion of you matter to you more than your opinion matters to you. Matter of fact, don't even trip on their opinion of you at all. So if people are praising you, they're wrong for that anyways. Praise the Lord. But if they're praising you, just be aware that that adulation that they're giving you is probably going to be very short-lived. And if they're doubting you and putting you down, who cares? Let them. It's none of your business. Your business is about you and what you think about. Like I heard Al Pacino say this once, because he's an actor. Actors are very criticized for their performances, so they're in the public eye a lot. People will talk about them in negative ways or positive ways. Al Pacino, I like him. He's one of my favorite actors. But I bet you it doesn't matter to him that I'm one of his favorite actors. I'm sure he appreciates it if I were to see him and everything. But the point being, he said that I can't allow what other people, including movie critics, to influence his belief in his acting ability. Even if he gets some of the best acting critics to cut him to shreds, he's like, I got to take the positive criticism from that and do some stuff with it, but it doesn't negatively affect me. Or he said if it's on a personal level and somebody's talking about him in a negative fashion, he said, what other people say about me behind my back is none of my business. And I like that, because who cares what people are saying about you? They're talking about you behind your back, so what? You gonna let that bother you? Go work out. Hit the gym. Eat right. Exercise. Look in the mirror and tell the mirror what an awesome, awesome person you are. Look at that person in the mirror and say, I love you to that person. That person is you. One of the ways you can prove that to yourself after you say it to yourself thousands and thousands of times is doing things about it. Going to the gym, getting outside, going to the weight room, going to the park, going to the beach, taking a hike, riding your bike, swimming, whatever it is. It's a way to prove your words. Show and prove. If you're married, you can tell your wife 1,000 times you love her. She's going to be like, show me. Clean the house. Change the diaper. Walk the dog. Take out the trash. Pay that bill. Pay that bill. Take me out to eat. Give me a foot rub. Give me a back rub. You start doing that enough times, your wife will be like, oh, you know, he does love me. When she makes a couple of mistakes, or when she makes 40 mistakes or 60 or 70 mistakes, which she's sure to do, just like you're sure to do it, forgive her, have patience with her. Now you have somebody who believes you when you say, I love you, because you showed them. When you say, I love you to yourself, I'm talking about to you. How are you going to prove that to your body? Your mind is telling you, I love you. Now you got to prove it. Eat right, exercise, take a shower, brush your teeth. Now you just proved that you do love yourself. All right, we just did our warm up right now. It's dark outside. I got my strength training in, but I wanted to get some fat scorching cardio in. I'm not talking about fat burning. I'm talking about fat scorching. All right, so I'm trying to set up where there's a pretty decent amount of light. I see a little clearing over here with some good light so you guys can see this technique. We're gonna do some different variations of stuff that we've been doing. I don't want to constantly stick to the same exact routine all the time. I have different things I like to do that are effective. And believe me when I tell you, I'm constantly researching. I'm always on YouTube. I'm always on the internet looking up effective ways to scorch fat. And I'm implementing them day by day into this fat scorching routine, fat burning. Now, as far as strength training, that's my forte. It's an area that I've always had no problems with, building strength, getting stronger. I think my maximum bench press is like 350 pounds, around there, which, you know, it's not a world-class title, but hey, I was in my late 40s and I'm able to bench 350 pounds. That was cool for me. All right, so here we are. I'm over here in this little area, and I'm gonna set this up to where you guys can see me. And we got light over here, so it works out better. I'm gonna use the grass, and we're gonna get after it. You know how we do it. Make sure you stretch. Make sure you bring your water. And so I'm all warmed up. That was a 10-minute walk. But to add to that warm up, what we do is we throw in jumping jacks. So that's probably gonna be the next thing we do. Jumping jacks. Then we're gonna do some fat scorching. Two counts. I'm gonna say we'll do some 2 counts. We'll see what we can do from there. Definitely gonna run in place. And we are going to do some push-ups and some other jumping jacks, but also I want to get in some mountain climbers. Some of you guys know what that is. It's a military exercise. Some of you guys are familiar with it, but I'm going to demonstrate what a mountain climber is, and it's a fat scorcher. We did it in boot camp. I came out of boot camp like 4% body fat. I was lean. I was a kid. I was like 18 years old, but the point being, I put on muscle in boot camp and didn't have any fat on me. When I graduated, I was only 5'10", then I'm about 5'11", 3/4, 6 feet. I'm about 6 feet tall. When I graduated boot camp, I was only 18. I was 5'10". I weighed upon graduation, I weighed, I think, 155 pounds. So I was pretty thin. I was lean. It was all muscle, though. I was sitting on about 4%, 5% body fat. Just lean muscle mass. And I was a skinny, young 18-year-old Marine. But when I went to boot camp, I was only like 130. I was a little guy in high school. That's why I didn't play tackle football in high school. Even though I played sports all my life, wasn't allowed to get on the team. Come out of boot camp, I'm 20 pounds heavier. I think I was 155, and I think I was 135 the day I started. So that was significant because it was all muscle gaining. So I always had a penchant for that. I was always able to put on muscle and build muscle, and I got stronger and bigger, and I grew a little bit. I grew to 6 feet, and then I ended up, while I was in active duty, got up to like 185 pounds, but it was all lean muscle, lifting weights, doing push-ups, traveling over to Okinawa and Korea, push-ups, dips, strength training, cardiovascular training, running, all the above. And I didn't get skinny, I was getting bigger. I was always thin, but this stuff that I'm doing is the culmination of years of that. So I already have an idea of the strength training regimen that I know that works. It works for you, it works for me, it works for women, it works for men, it works for young, it works for old. I'm 53 years old and I'm out here doing it because why? There's no excuses. That's why. Now, as far as the fat burning goes, it's a new area for me because I was never fat. And now I got this gut and I'm working it off. So I was like, dang, I never had to worry about that before. But when you're 53 and there's pandemics and you're sitting around the house and you've had a few beers and all these other things and food and sandwiches and Subway, that stuff, it catches up to you and it's caught up to me. So the honesty that I give you guys is coming from a place of sincerity based upon me trying to get better in my own personal growth, health-wise, spirit-wise, everything-wise. But it all starts right here, right? So that's what I'm always harping on that. So, okay, I hope you guys warmed up and stretched, and I hope you guys got your water. So the next phase will be to continue with the warm-up, which we're gonna jump right into. We'll just knock out 100 jumping jacks because I think that's good. It gets the furnace burning. It gets the cardiovascular system working really good. You're gonna get that thermogenic energy to get your body hot. The heat will transfer into calorie burning. You're going to use the fuel source is whatever you ate, but hopefully the fat. So if you haven't eaten anything, I don't recommend that you eat. Like if you're going to eat, wait an hour, then do your workout. So your body hasn't had a chance to metabolize what's in your stomach. So you want your energy source to be the fat, your visceral fat that's on your body. You're going to notice it when you start burning the fat. You're going to notice it first in your face. People at work are going to say, hey, you look thinner, you look good. It's your face. You're going to burn that fat first. You're going to start burning fat based upon doing these strength training exercises like push-ups and burpees in your arms. Your biceps and triceps are going to get leaner. You're going to start feeling it in your neck. You're going to start seeing it in other areas. Lastly, for men and women, you guys are going to lose it lastly in your hips and in your thighs and your butt. Unfortunately, it's the hardest to get rid of and it's the last to go, which means you got to stick with it, be patient. Men, our middle section, our gut, our love handles, those are the areas that the men, we just get as you guys know, we get the Dunlopped over disease, your gut Dunlopped over the belt. So your gut will be the last thing as a man to go. As a man, you're gonna burn off the fat on your face and on your arms. And men tend to get leaner faster than women, but I tell women, do not give up. Don't give up, because you will get results just as much as a man if you stick with it. So don't give up. All right, so here we go, 100 jumping jacks. This is part of the warm-up. We just did our 10-minute warm-up to walk up here. Now we're gonna get into the jumping jacks, which we're gonna knock out 100. You guys are gonna watch me film that. After that, we're gonna get into some more fat scorching stuff. This is just to get that furnace, thermogenic furnace started, which is 100 jumping jacks. I hope you guys are ready. I'm ready. All right, so 100 jumping jacks. Let's get after it. My camera's tripping. All right, here we go. Hope you guys are watching, and here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. All right. All right. I hope this camera was able to capture all that, because I'm using my cell phone gimbal, the DJI Osmo 3. For those of you who are interested in buying one of these things, Amazon, you can get them for like 60, 70 bucks. If you get a like new open box or whatever, otherwise brand new, they're like 120. And they do help stabilize the video quite a bit. There's a lot of learning with it because it has all these features. I haven't figured it out, but for just working out videos right here at the park, it suits my needs. So I do recommend it. Now try to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, 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 in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do that as often as you need. Catch your breath. Control your breathing. That's important. The way we focus on our breathing is very important. It helps you clarify things. It helps your brain process that oxygen-rich blood, and it really gets you up there where you need to be. All right, so now based upon that, we're gonna keep going. All right, we're having a good workout so far because we did the 10-minute warm-up. I did some strength training earlier, like I said. which is a series of dips at home. You got to warm up, stretch. Make sure you're doing that. Drink water throughout the day, all throughout the day. I haven't really eaten a lot today, but I did eat, and it's a good thing because the energy that I'm using is going to come from the fat, not from the food that I ate. Because your body's going to tear up that stuff first as a source of fuel when you work out. So if you're doing intermittent fasting like I like to do, where you're eating one meal a day and then snacks on fresh fruit, or eating some lean hormone-free chicken or wild-caught salmon, which I advocate, or lean grass-fed beef, you're good to go, because those are protein sources in our body. Our cell structures in the human body, we need protein, which comes from the form of beans and meat and fish and chicken. So if you're a vegan, I'm not talking about you in a negative way. Do your thing. If you're a vegetarian, do your thing. I don't agree with those personally for myself. There's a lot of studies and research on it as to why. Look that up for your own. But I don't put anybody's diet down. Whatever you choose to eat, that's on y'all. So I'm not going to judge anyone about what your diet is. Although I do know that we need protein. As human beings, we need protein. However you get that protein is however you get it. You can get it through beans, fish, chicken, beef, pork. There's lots of ways to get protein into your system. Whey protein and protein powders and protein supplements. There's a lot of ways to get protein into your system. I do know you need protein, just like we need water, just like we need air to breathe, just like our bodies need to move. We need exercise. All right, so now that I'm caught up and I've told you guys about that philosophy, we're gonna go into the other phases right here. So I'm gonna set up the camera in a way that you guys can see. And this is gonna be some fat scorching stuff right here. What I think I'll go into next, because we have options. We could do 2 pumps, which is the burpees, 8-count bodybuilders basically. We could also do mountain climbers, which I will demonstrate those no matter what. I'm gonna get some of those in. And then we're gonna do some more strength training, push-ups. And then we might even do some more jumping jacks, because that's a fat burner as well. Jumping jacks help you burn calories. If you didn't see my video earlier, I mentioned the history of the burpee, where it comes from. It was designed for the military by a doctor, a PhD. His last name was Burpee, Dr. Burpee. Looked that up. He designed it in conjunction with, he was assigned admission by tasking of the US government to figure out the best way to train soldiers for combat when there's no gym equipment or whatever. And he came up over some years of study with the burpee after trial and error, using different subjects and military folks, and weight loss and strength training and fitness and overall health and wellness. And he did his scientific study and he developed the burpee, which is what we're about to do. And apparently it is, in his opinion anyways, Dr. Burpee, the single one best exercise for building strength and endurance, muscular strength and endurance, cardiovascular health, good for the heart and the lungs, and keeping a person lean and fat-free around the middle area and so forth. Being a lean, thin, athletic, wiry person, the burpee hits all these: strength training, bodybuilding, cardiovascular endurance, health and wellness, circulatory system, getting blood and oxygen to your brain and stuff like that. The burpee is that one do-it-all kind of workout. And if you do nothing else but burpees, you're in good company with the Navy SEALs and with Force Recon and with the Rangers, and because they do these. And look at those guys, right? All right, so here we go with 8-count bodybuilders. And I'm gonna set this camera down. Hopefully you guys can see it. All right, here we go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay. That was 10. Take a break. Drink water. We're going to get to where we're going to do those